scared right away. Yes, you did. You scared right away. Good job. Oh, I shouldn't have this here. All we're going to hear is music.
UHF is disconnected.
I didn't know if it was going to pick it up behind that, so I'm going to bring it over here. There we go. And that's okay to have that on down here because I got the speaker over there. So if you want to have the music on over here, that's fine. As long as it's a little ways from the speaker so we can hear. Yeah. He's too cute for words. I'd like to get a little video of him running around if he ends up doing that. I don't know if you're going to because there's mud in here today, but at some time. Oh, okay. Okay, good. So as we were talking, when the trash truck came by, there's 4 things that a horse has to have before he wants to eat. Before he's got to feel safe. He's got to feel comfortable, which means there's no pressure. And then play. You know, he's got to feel good enough where he could play, where he could side pass to you like he was. And then food. So if he doesn't feel safe, if he doesn't feel comfortable, if he doesn't feel comfortable enough to play, he's not going to want to eat. So the fact that you were having him move to the fence when the trash truck came by, and he was spending most of his time paying attention to you instead of the truck, and then you rewarded him with a treat, was good because it shows that he felt safe and comfortable enough to eat. So that was really good. Big change in him. So you wanted to work on, we're going to work on the catching game, which means instead of you going getting the horse, we're going to have your catch us. So see how right now he's looking at us. He's got 2 ears on us. He did. Now he looked away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of come back this way a little bit and see if it gets him curious. No, you stay with me. So we're waiting to get his attention. See, now he's looking at us again. So I stopped to reward that. Okay, and instead of going up to his head to catch him, what we're going to do is we're going to come up behind him. And anytime he does something positive, like looking at us, we'll stop. Or if he starts coming towards us, then we'll take a step backwards, and that will draw him to us. So we're going to walk this way and come up behind him. Probably can't see him on the camera right now because he's in the corner over here. He looked at us, so I'm going to stop. So when he looks at us and gives us 2 ears, that's him asking a question. He's getting curious about us.
Okay, so even just 1 ear. I want him actually to turn and look at me?
Well, if he has 1 ear on you, then he's paying attention. Right. But he's kind of ignoring us now. He's pretending like, we're not here. Oh, see, he looked at us, so I'm going to take a step back. And we're just getting him curious about us because instead of us going and getting him, he's going, well, this is different. So now he kind of looked away, so we're going to come up behind him. Oh, he looked at us again, so we stopped for a second. See how he's getting curious? Now he looked away, so we're going to come up behind him. And we're letting him make the next move. So if he looks at us, so if I can get up behind, oh, there he's turning, so we're going to back up a little bit. And see what, now this is the game of we're going to ask, I do something and then I wait for him to respond one way or another. Right now he's not responding, so I'm going to come up behind him. Oh, yeah, he looked at us, so I stopped. Now, what we eventually want is him taking a step towards us. But right now he doesn't quite have the game. So if I can get up close enough to him to touch him on the butt with a string, I will, but it's going to be very lightly. Very lightly. So he's ignoring us, so I'm just going to lightly touch him. And then we're going to follow behind him. We're going to walk behind until he decides to make a different decision other than walking away. But we're not threatening him because we're coming up behind him. But we're waiting for him to make a new decision now. But, you know, when you take the lead rope off, you have the truth. Okay, this is the truth. So he's choosing not to be with us right now. Now, if he keeps doing this, I may walk the other way and block him for a moment, because if it doesn't get any better, because then I got to change it up. So right here, let's cross over this way. Oh, he looked at us, so we're going to back up. Hi. So we're piquing his curiosity. I never go get my horses. I always have my horses catch me. Yes. He took a step towards us, so we back off. Absolutely. Yes. It's part of the rapport with a horse. Do you want to be with me? So I always try to give them a choice, because it's a two-way relationship, right? So now he's kind of stuck there. So what we'll come the other way now. We'll go around this way, and we're going to go towards his hind end and see what he does. He's watching us. See how curious he is?
He's like, what are they doing?
And it's a game. We're just playing. Hi. So I'm going to lightly touch, very lightly. See, I didn't even make it to where I touched him. Now we're going to come behind him. Now we're going to go in front and cut him off until he looks at us, and then we're going to back up. So how can I get the horse to be a willing participant in this game? How can I get my horse to want to be with me, to come to me? Because I know you want to do liberty, but there's no way you can have liberty if you don't have the horse wanting to be with you, wanting to come to you. We call it draw. You know, if you can't draw the horse to you, there's no liberty. There's just pushing the horse around.
So see people, when they do the round pen, no line on the horse, they go round and round, and then when they stop, the horse usually will come in. But again, you're in the round pen in this little tiny... But
You've seen me do that in my arena, and the horse is circling around me.
Yeah, but
He has a choice, yes. But I have that draw. Which, having that draw, then we can change directions. We can even do lead changes, and he stays there with me. Now, once in a while, he'll take off, because he'll be like, "That's just too much pressure," and then I'll be like, "Okay, I'll run with you," and then he'll look at me like, "What are you doing?" And he'll run back to me, and I back up, and he comes up, and then he rears up and goes, and he's happy to be with me again. So it's a game. I treat everything as a game. So we're going to come up behind. Oh. He kind of hesitated right there, like I couldn't tell whether he was going to take a step towards us or not. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I stopped. Because he kind of went like this, and he wasn't quite sure which direction he was going to go. So if he would have taken even an ounce of a step towards us, I would have backed up. See his nostrils flare, and he goes, "You guys are being interesting. I don't know what this is all about." He's curious. Hi. So I'm going to come up. Ah, yes. And now we're going to back up. Now, if he would have taken more steps towards us, we would have just started walking away and let him start following us. But that was positive right there. That was what we got before. So now we're going to go around this way, and we're going to keep doing the same thing until he decides he wants to start following us. Now I'm coming up behind him. I'm going to see what he does. So we're going to keep going behind him right here. Now I'm going to kind of cut him off because he's not doing any change. Ah. Hi. Now, let's go ahead and keep going because we want to start getting a little bit more changes here. And if at any time he starts to follow us, we're just going to walk off. But, well, he didn't put his ears on us, so he's kind of looking this way, but he's not showing a lot of interest right now. No, he's just used to, okay, you catch me, and then we have to go do things, and.
He'll stand when I go get him, and then once the hook's
But when you're in a stall, and he's like, well, I don't have a lot of options. But I still always have him turn, face me, and then take a step towards me. So he's going a little faster. Let's go ahead and come this way and just cut him off a little bit until he looks at us. So I'm going to ask, he can do this all day. So every horse is different because he's a more dominant horse. I'm going to ask him to go a little faster. I'm going to make it start causing him more energy to leave us. But I'm going to do it from behind him until he makes a change. It's up to him to make a change. See how there I just kind of picked up my energy a little bit and I trotted a couple steps myself to say, if you're going to keep leaving, then go ahead, but you're going to need a trot. If he looks away like that and he's interested in something else, I just put a little bit of energy on him. Let's see what he does if we just back up here. But it's going to take time, but after a while, if we do it right today, it's going to take a fraction of the time tomorrow. If we're consistent and we keep asking the same way. He's just used to, he knows that when we get in here and we go and we catch him, then it's game on, time to start doing things. And right now, since we're learning, we're doing a lot of driving game, asking him to go this way and that way. And this is his opinion. He's telling us the truth. He's telling us that, I'd rather just do my own thing. So how can we get him to want to engage with us? So this is one of the ways we do it, because we give him choices. I never tell him you have to do something. I give him options. And some options are comfortable and some options are not comfortable. Hi. So I'm going to come way over here. So after a while, when it costs him energy, he's going to want to renegotiate the deal. Because he'll say, do we have to keep doing this? I'm getting tired. So I want him to either ask me a question or think about coming towards me. So I'm going to ask him for a little bit more energy. There we go. Good. See how I just kind of picked up my energy and just kind of trotted towards him a little bit to say, I need a little bit more energy out of you. See how he's looking out? He's looking out of the arena. Yeah, now he's, right, yes. He's saying, I'd rather be out there somewhere. So eventually he's gonna want to renegotiate the deal. But not yet. See how he's still looking out? I'm just looking, waiting for a change. Waiting for a change. Yeah. Make it start costing him a little bit more energy. But I'm real relaxed in my body. I'm smiling. If he looks at us, we'll stop. But if he turns towards us and gives us 2 ears, we'll stop. If he starts looking in at us, we'll stop. If he shows some kind of positive change. But see how, because he's looking to the outside, that means he's thinking that way. He goes, I'd rather be out there somewhere. I'm just waiting. Sometimes it takes a while the first time. But if we do it right, it's not going to take long tomorrow. But this is the first time he's had an opinion, because usually we just go get him, right? When he gets over here, I'm going to ask him to change direction or turn and face me. It's up to him what he does, but I'm going to start backing up. Hi. Now there's a truck, but he's got to pay attention to me. I know. Yeah, you're so funny. You're so funny. Ah. See, now he doesn't want me to go back there. So keep coming with me and we're going to see if he'll follow us. I'm going to stay out of the kick zone there. We're going to see. So he's curious, but he still doesn't want to follow us. So I'm not going to let him stay there for too long. Good. Cost him a little bit more energy. And I'm not mad, I'm not frustrated, I'm not anything. Just kind of go with him till he makes a new decision. So when we're behind him, it's not really threatening. He's just giving us his opinion right now. I'm going to try to get way behind him over here. Oh, there's a change. There's a change. Yeah, hi. So if his attention goes somewhere else, then we can do something. But see, he's not really giving us 2 ears. He's licking his lips, so he goes, this is kind of interesting, but I want him to think about starting to follow us. He's turning to face us that way, so we're going to keep going this way. And our goal is to get him to start following us. So we're just going to keep walking in a circle like this, as if we're walking behind him. Okay, if he leaves, I'm going to help him leave. I'll say, that's great. Let's go faster though. Let's go. He's still looking to the outside there. So this is just a lot of years of him having the same opinion, and you didn't know it, but he didn't realize that he had a choice. Now we're giving him a choice, so he's giving us his opinion. But see, every time he turns and faces us, we stop. So the reward is going to start being to be with us. It cost him energy to leave us, but it doesn't cost him much energy to be with us. So he's kind of just...
How long do you know to let him hang out?
When he's not paying attention to us anymore. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well then, and by staying behind him, I'm giving him the option to come to us. Yeah. It's like, you want to go? I'll help you.
So at this point, when you're behind and it feels like you're being driven, would he ever turn into us? Or?
Yes. Right now, it's got to cost him a little bit of energy because, you know, he's used to just either being told what to do or not voicing his opinion. Right now, he's just voicing his opinion, and that's okay. Come up way behind him. I have to kind of play. Oh, see how that got his attention? So I have to kind of play.
Did it ever happen? Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to keep going this way. And we're not going to look at him.
Now, how come we did
Since I wasn't getting any changes there, I tried to make a wider circle.
it? He stopped and he faced us.
Yes, but I want him to start coming towards us. I want him to start joining us. Yeah, yes, yes. So come with me a little faster, because we want him.
So fascinating to find out the concept of driving, but I think,
But I'm not. I'm kind of pushing him, but I'm not like driving him. I'm behind him, so it's a little. Oh, see, now he's following us, right? For a moment, but we're going to keep going behind him. Okay, now I'm going to ask him to go because he left us. So if he leaves us, it's going to cost him energy. Now, I've seen a herd of horses before where the lead mayor had one of the horses out in a pasture circling around the herd, wouldn't let him in. And the horse started asking, like, please let me in, please let me in. And this is, yeah. I don't remember if I put that in there or not. Now I'm going to go wide out here, going to give him a chance to make a different decision. If he... And then, so he made the next move, which is, oh, I'm just going to slow down then. So I'm going to say, speed up. So when I do that, I kind of swing the stick towards him, pushing it for him to leave. Let's stop here. I'm just going to experiment. Now he's turned and faced us. We give him a moment, and then we're going to go up behind him, because what we want to do is we want to start causing him to follow us. So we're going to be very relaxed right here. So he left us. He turned his back to us and he left. So it's going to cost him more energy. So the first day is always the hardest, because he goes, I never knew my opinion mattered. And see how he looks out? He's still looking out. So sometimes I just got to play with it. How can I help you? Sometimes I go faster. Sometimes I go wider behind him. What is it going to take? So I asked him to go there because he didn't turn to look at us. He slowed down to a walk, but he didn't turn to look at us. So let's just kind of back up right here and see what he does. Hi. Now come this way. So we're going to go kind of away from him for a minute. And then we're going to go towards the hind end. So we're trying to get to the point where he'll start following us. Okay, if he wants to leave, I'll help him. Yeah, no big deal. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try something different, and we're going to make, oh, good. I was going to make it harder for him to go that way by being further that way, so he would have to kind of stop instead of being in the center of his circle there, and just keep walking. As long as he faces us, starts to walk towards us, we leave him alone. See, he's starting to know now that if he chooses to take off, it's going to cost him more energy, because I'm going to make him go faster than he wants to. Yes, here he comes. Here he comes. Just keep coming. So we got to do these circles around him, heading towards his hind end, until he starts following us. Yes. Yes. Wait till we stop. Because then he might just go, get frustrated by it. Good. Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? So it's not... So, sometimes you got to play with it when you're on that circle and you're coming up behind him, because sometimes you got to experiment, make it a bigger circle, or, I was going to come over here, so I'd be closer to the end, so when he came around over here, it would be harder for him to pass me. And then if he looked at me, I would start walking off and have him follow me. But It's one of those things where you just start experimenting. So I'm just going to, the truck's right there, you know, he's kind of worried about it, so I'm just going to distract him a little bit. I'm going to see if he'll follow us. See if he'll come with us, or if he wants to take off. It's his choice. I'm not telling him what to do. I'm just saying, if you make the wrong choice, you have to put in effort. And if you make the right choice, you're going to be comfortable. Safety, comfort, play, food. Yeah. Sometimes it's excitement, sometimes it's anxiety. Like sometimes it's food, you know, when you're bringing food and they'll start swinging their head around. So you have to kind of look at the whole picture to see what it means. Well, he's going to be a lot more comfortable with us. I don't want him paying attention to the truck, so I'm just going to go faster behind him till he starts thinking about us. I want him to make... See, this is all the start of him realizing that he has an opinion on things. So I'm just going to play. I'm going to go a little faster. I'm going to stop for a second, see if he looks at us, back up. Good. And then turn away from him. And then we're going to go up behind him and see what he thinks. See if he wants to start following us again. And eventually he'll realize he's just going to be a lot more comfortable with us when these trucks come by than to be out by himself out there. But right now he doesn't know that. Because this cost him energy. Being with us, he just walks nice and relaxed next to us, and so it doesn't cost him a lot of energy. Make a new decision, buddy. Yeah, I know. So that shaking the head, there's just a little bit of defiance. Like yeah, let's back up. We're just going to try something. Good. So when he looks at us, we kind of start looking away. Bring our body away because it takes all the pressure off of him. He wants to go? Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. Oh, you are too. But I want him to have an opinion. And eventually I want his opinion to want to be with me, but this is how we have to start it. As long as when we do things, you know how last time I was here, we would do a little bit and then take a break, do a little bit, take a break. We don't make it like a chore, and we make it more fun. So I'm just going to walk over here. He looks at us. Now we'll come up behind him over here. Yep, he's getting more interested in us again. And see, none of my energy is directed at him. Good. Good. Now he's full. And see, I want him to feel really good about being with us because we're not putting any pressure on him as long as he's with us. If we lose him, we kind of come up behind him again. He said, I'll stick with you. Let's change direction. Say, you're going to feel better if you're with us. Yeah. We don't quite have him. I was going to go that way, but we didn't quite have a commitment with his feet yet. I felt like he was going to, yeah, and he was going to kind of decide, he was thinking about stopping. Now see how low his head is?
So you're looking at it.
This is getting him to partner up with us. So now we'll just hang out and make it really comfortable. So when you do go to pet him, I'd start on the shoulder, and if he picks the ear back, he's telling you don't have permission yet. But if he's relaxed about it, then it's okay. The petting is more for us, not for them. Yeah, they don't do that. We do that because we just want to love on them. And that was the problem I had with Cheyenne when she was born, because I just wanted to love on her, and she goes, I don't think so. So he's looking around, so let's do that. Let's come up behind him, see if he wants to follow us. And he does. See how that can change just his whole outlook on us? Now, it took a lot of time today, but if we can do it right, it'll get easier and easier every day. Good job. So now you can pet him on the shoulder if you want. Yeah. And this is where we just want to take some time to just like make him happy, not ask a lot of him, because we want to make it comfortable to be with us, and we want it to be his choice to be with us. It's cool, huh? Now you can do that in his stall too. Now he's probably going to turn to face you sooner because it's small, but I would kind of come up behind him, stay out of the kick zone. If he does, we're just going to turn this way because the truck's there, and we'll have him turn and face with us. Come with us and you'll feel better, or go away and then you'll have to work. Yes. Yes. It's better to be with us. We will take care of you if you decide you want to be with us. But it's got to be his decision. So he's not completely convinced that it's a good thing to be with us because this is new. So let's just step back a little bit, see what he does. See if he makes a new decision. There we go. Now we're going to walk this way and see if he wants to follow us again. But we're never going up towards the head or the shoulder. We're always doing a circle to come up behind him, and that gives him the option to turn and start following us if he wants to. But it's his choice. See how it's happening faster and faster now? He decides to check out, but not for long now, because he's realizing this is the place to be. This is where comfort's at. So we're getting to his mind. We're getting him to want to be with us, because it's comfortable with us. So in his stall, so if you go up behind him, pig zone, and have this with you, he turns away from you just lightly, and then just follow behind him, but stay away where he can't kick at you, and just follow him until he turns to face you. So in his mind right now, he's going, God, this is so much more comfortable. It's so much better to be with you. And it's no different than what they do with each other in the wild. You know, they're always telling each other, go, or come here, or, you know, whatever. And how do we get the horse to want to be with us? We got to make it comfortable here and uncomfortable out there, without any negative emotions involved. And we have to be prepared to take the time that it takes. Like there, I didn't care how long it took.
I think that's key.
Yeah, because you start thinking, yeah.
Oh shoot, I gotta go. I mean, you end it in the middle and you just reinforce.
Yes. And then you have to think, oh my God, it's just not working. Because that's what happens when you're learning. You start thinking, you get frustrated because it's not
If
working.
you were here, I would have just thought, okay, I must be doing this wrong. If you just going and going and going, holding in every button, watching you just do this.
But tomorrow, it's not going to take as long. Yes. I'll just. No, mine's full, but I'm going to go get some. So what I'll do is I'll turn the video off and we'll start again. One that's just about catching them, and then we'll have one that's about everything else that we do.
UHF is disconnected.
Well, I'm really glad you love this stuff because it's cool. A lot of people don't have patience for
I don't
this.
see how anyone couldn't love it. It's learning how to talk with your horse. How do you not love that?